Me dice que está. ¿Y ven? Me dice que la comida está.
Tá, sim.
Está esperando aquí, ¿no? Vamos aí, Rabi. Maravilha, maravilha. Tu vai de lá. Yo quiero saber por qué esta vaina no sirve ya.
It's a city home to one of the most loyal and passionate fan bases in football. And all the noise they're making is being captured by the Dome here at Ford Field in Detroit. We're through the first quarter of this season. Hard to believe, I know, as we kick off in this Week 5 contest. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, Garindo. That's good for a gain of 5. Brandon Jones up for the stop. Give him 5 on that carry. Bring it up 2nd and 5.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. He's going deep this time. He's got it inside the 25. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that will give them some serious momentum along with a first down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
That last shot took him right down to the front of the red zone. Here's first down. Working inside the red zone. Connection made to Isaac Garindo. And he'll go down here at the 16.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Second and 6 coming up here. From the 16. He's on the move. And the Lions get him. Down he goes. And they're going to have to regroup after this one.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense. And now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
On third down, Purdy. This one's caught. And they're going to take this in for the San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. Jake Moody on for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the 49ers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. First game on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. Free up the middle. It's a breakaway. He will go. Touchdown, Detroit. Jahmyr Gibbs, touchdown. That one right down the middle. And the Lions respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. The Lions have it all set as they send this one downfield. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. On the give, it's Guerendo. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets a good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 34. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
Hey, Mr. Quarterback, that's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage was waiting for it. Thinking interception to be had. And incompletion still pretty good for the defense.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. George Kittle, the intended receiver. And now they're up against it here on 4th down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Has him on the quick hitter. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. What a call. They wind up with 12 on 4th down and pull off the conversion.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure of the drive's right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
To throw again, it's Purdy. Kittle brings it in.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. You take away the deeper options, well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage. The trusty tight end.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. From the gun is Purdy. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. They get an even 10 on that play. And it brings up a San Francisco 1st down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Shotgun, handoff to Guerendo. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Shotgun snap for Purdy. He'll get it to Brandon Ayuk. This is ahead for about 5. Kirby Joseph up for the stop. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Guerendo running between the tackles. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
First down throw by Purdy. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Kirby Joseph picks it. And the Lions are going to have it after his second interception of the season. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away just as they did.
And it's a nice gain off a really good effort there just to stay upright. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up. Throwing off the play fake here. That's caught. Here comes Jahmyr Gibbs. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
I'm sure Coach, play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Play action on first down. He lets a heater go deep, middle of the... That's complete inside the 35. There it is, touchdown Detroit. The Lions parlay the interception into points. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up. You can find pay dirt.
The Lions have it all set as they send this one downfield. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Chance here for one final play before the end of the quarter. Purdy on first down. Brought in by Ayuk. And he winds up out of bounds, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter. So before they can set up for another play, we've hit the end of the first quarter. Neither side separating much so far. We're back to Ford Field right after this. We're back, and it's 49ers football as we resume. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. Trying an inside give to Garindo. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
Well, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
2nd and 8. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So they're left facing 3rd and long. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did. You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
three drive on the line. Looking to throw, Purdy. They can't connect as the coverage comes through with a fourth down stand.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
I'll start on the ground with Gibbs. Into the secondary past the 40. And he gets this all the way to the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
I love these inside runs. Don't get away from them. You never know. You think it's going to be a short little gain, and then boom, get the right blocking, a possessed running back, and you get some serious yards on the table.
And he's there to send that one away incomplete. Trying to force one through there. So it'll be second down.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
He's got it at the 6. Touchdown, Detroit. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns. It has been wash, rinse, repeat for them offensively, Brock, as, well, we all wait for this defense to find a little backbone before this becomes a runaway.
Yeah, I'm a little torn up here in this booth because you're exactly right. Offensively, this is just machine, surgical. Defensively, you're running the risk of being embarrassed here pretty quickly.
That one splits the uprights. And the Lions double their lead to 14. The Lions have it all set as they send this one downfield. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Purdy throwing here. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
Oh, that's like a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It takes both to make it work. And defensively, you've got to have that pressure up front. That's peanut butter. And then you like to have some jelly, and that was almost a huge play with an interception.
Back to the air on second. Purdy. That finds Ayuk complete. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Aiden Hutchinson, energetic as always after making the stick. Drive in dire straits, it's 3rd and 9. Now it's Purdy. Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. And the Lions take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
Well, that's now his 2nd time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the 2nd on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
On first down, it's Gibbs. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Here's 2nd and 11. Buying some time right. Still on the move, throwing down the right sideline. First time this game they've looked to him. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
The best of the best, they just have this intuition, Kate. They know where the boundary is without looking. This receiver's not quite at that level yet. He lost track of where he was, and he brought it in, but out of bounds.
Throw on 3rd down. Complete beyond the marker. It's a 21-yard gain. And that gives the Lions the first.
Kate, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. Without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page, because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. They'll have first and goal to go now after they gained 18 on the previous play. From the red zone now. Escapes the pocket. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be second down.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something with no one open and risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
So after the incomplete pass, here's second and goal. Off the gut they go with Gibbs. And he's in for the touchdown. The Lions pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
That one right down the middle. And the Lions stretch their lead to 21. The Lions have it all set as they send this one downfield. Returning it from the 4. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And they'll be looking at some decent field position. He's out of bounds up towards the 35. Ball at the 33 for first down. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Into the hands of Kittle. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Kirby Joseph up for the stop.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Purdy to throw it. And they bring him down around the 34. He picks up 28 on the play. And that's a 49er first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Purdy throwing here on first. Short pass brought in. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. That brings us to the 2-minute warning in the Motor City. The 49ers working here. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Now a give to Guerrero. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical third down.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Here's Purdy to throw. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes.
Man, with how hard it is, Kate, to get these plays down the field, you can't let the coverage off the hook with a drop. It just can't happen. But you're going to see it right here. He saw the open space ahead of him and started running before he ever brought the ball fully in.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on fourth. Now Purdy. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Oh, I love fourth downs. It just brings out the very best. And you get to see how you handle with the most pressure. And it turns out they handled it pretty darn well. And now they'll keep pushing.
Play action now with Purdy. Left side secured by Ayuk. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Second down now, 7 to go. He's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Trying it left side with Gurindo. And he's able to fight this down to the 2. San Francisco calls it second timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet. But let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
They'll go right back to Gurindo. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers chop some of the lead off before the half. Isaac Gurindo with the touchdown. On is Moody for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the 49ers get it back to a 14-point game.
49ers 14. Jake Moody to kick off for the 49ers.
Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
They'll begin this drive with barely over 25 seconds left. They go play action on first. He's going to push one deep down. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Charvarius Ward picks it off. And the 49ers might be able to get some points late after the interception. I don't know what to be impressed by most, Brock. How effortless he made it look to throw it that deep, or how effortless the cover man made it look to get that far down there and haul in the interception.
How about we just marvel at both of them? You call a deep pass like that again on the next play, it could go to the end zone. But this time, it is a takeaway.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Shotgun snap for Purdy. Hauled in by Gurindo. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
They'll send him over right. First down throw by Purdy. And that's going to fall incomplete. We're down to 9 seconds left.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. From the gun is Purdy. On the move, headed right. And that's going to be a sack. He goes out of bounds well behind the line of scrimmage.
I'll admit it, as a former QB, probably the last one to always cast blame on the QB, but that's a situation where you just got to get rid of the ball. I will give a little blame. You've got to throw it away and just take an incompletion.
Moody knocks it through, and that'll get him back to 11. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Out to kick it away, here's Moody. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. This one delivered off target, Brock. That's incomplete.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you've got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
Second and 10 now. Chased out to his right. On the run right, throwing deep. He's got it inside the 25. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions grow the lead coming out of halftime. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. Yeah. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
That one splits the uprights. And the Lions push their lead to 18. The Lions have it all set as they send this one downfield. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Purdy setting up that play action. That throw finds Kittle. They get 28 out of that play. And it brings up a San Francisco first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. This is Garindo. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
2nd and 3. Completed over the middle. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. He gets 6 on that play. And that's a 49er first down. They'll run. It's Garindo. And the push forward doesn't get beyond the line. Aiden Hutchinson, energetic as always after making the stick. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Looking to throw, Purdy. And it is intercepted, but he couldn't stay in bounds. Ooh, offense catches a break there.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Purdy looking to throw. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Picked off Brandon Jones. And the Lions get it back on his 6th interception of the season. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that'll be first down, Detroit.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
A quick throw is swatted away, incomplete. Looking for Sam Laporta with that one. So that brings up 2nd down.
And you ask a lot of your defenders on that field. It is not easy to play defense in today's NFL. Not only stay in their assignment's hip pocket, but to make plays on the ball as it arrives. He was challenged with an intermediate throw, and he swatted it away with ease.
Off the play fake, he's going to throw. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Flush down out to his left. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, man, you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. That's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. They're going for this. He finds him beyond the marker. And they make the tackle at the 38. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Coming right is Gibbs. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. Working quickly here. Going to the ground again on 1st. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Offense in the hurry up here. This is Gibbs on 2nd down. And he got what he could there, only to the 14. 2 yards on the pickup, and that leaves him with 3rd down and 3.
Hey, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. To throw is Hooker. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on fourth. Hooker set to pass. This one's caught. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
So close to getting off the field. The fourth down conversion keeps that defense out there. That was their shot to end this possession, to sit on the bench, to get their breath.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the pressure drives them backwards. Second and goal coming up from the 7. They'll toss it to Gibbs. And he will get this to the end zone for a Detroit touchdown. The Lions parlay the interception into points. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. His third of the game on the ground. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. In baseball, it's 3 strikes and you're out. I know you experienced that a lot, but on the gridiron, you're feeling pretty happy, right? If you can strike the end zone 3 times in one game.
Yeah, I'd rather go hockey and soccer. That's just the positive guy in me. They call that a hat trick. It's worth celebrating. And yeah, they should celebrate this effort.
49ers 17.
The Lions have it all set as they send this one downfield. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Purdy gets this from the pistol. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
Purdy on first down. Taking a shot deep down the field it goes. They connect on the deep shot. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and toned this drive.
Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. He's got it near the 8. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have first and goal. Thankfully, only 1 quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. It's 49ers football as we enter the 4th of what's been a largely one-sided game. Four downs now to get in. Here's first and goal. Pearsall there to grab it. He has the San Francisco touchdown. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, kid. It kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on them. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
PAT up and good for Moody. And the 49ers make it an 18-point game.
49ers 24. Jake Moody to kick off for the 49ers.
Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Handoff running left. Here's Gibbs. They rip off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their first. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
They're now set for 1st and 10. Again, it's Gibbs. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. They'll have 1st and goal to go now after they gained 18 on the previous play.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
The shot to the end zone is incomplete. Tough to blame him for that drop, Brock. Even if it would have been a touchdown, that was a great effort defensively, timing that hit, keeping them from hitting the end zone.
Reaction and burst. You get in the red zone defensively, you'll hear it all the time. You cannot wait. You've got to react. And then you got to burst. And that defender does a tremendous job of breaking that pass up with contact.
Trying getting it to Amon-Ra St. Brown. So they'll be left with 3rd and goal. Now here's Hooker. Pressure comes. He's taken down. The 49ers got him. And they're headed in reverse after that sack. Lions making the call for their field goal unit. It's from the left hash, 33 yards. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that stretches the lead to 21.
Get another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 30. Now Purdy. Into the hands of Kittle. And they crush him right near the marker. Looks close, but yeah, Brock, I think he safely got that first down before the hit.
It's a gain of 10.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
And they pick him off again. Byron Murphy picks it. And the Lions are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
4 picks, 1 game. Yeah, I get it. They've not all been his fault, but it isn't any easier to stomach. For the sake of his mental game, I think it's about time to limit things to short, easy passes or simply take him off this field altogether.
A give left side for Gibbs. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 31. No one open, so he chucks this to another county. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. They're going play action. St. Brown's got it, complete. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
He just made a difficult throw to the outside. Look elementary, Kate, and that's not easy. The placement, excellent. And it helps set his target up to put some more yards on that stat sheet.
From the red zone now. And the catch is made. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions put up even more points in a win. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the touchdown. That one right down the middle. And the Lions continue piling onto this lead. The Lions have it all set as they send this one downfield. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air.
Not an open passing lane to be found anywhere. He took what he thought was the best one available, and they still managed to tip the ball away.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Shotgun snap for Purdy. Diving right side. Got it. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it brings up a San Francisco 1st down. From the gun is Purdy. That's complete to Garindo. Brushes him off with ease. Give him 13 on that play. And that's a 49er 1st down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Play action now with Purdy. Buys time, rolling right. And they pick him off again. Terrion Arnold has it. Space, left sideline, and he's off to the races. And forget the interception. He makes this a pick-6 touchdown. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception. interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 30. After the pick, Purdy back to the air. Hauled in by Garindo. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball. Right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
First down throw by Purdy. Taken in on the right side by Pearsall. And he's able to cross midfield before going out.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. And what will they dial up on third and short? Steadily keeping him involved in their passing game, Brock, but that throw now didn't work out the way his earlier targets had.
It kind of felt like, you could see that from the booth, this defense was sick and tired of this running back catching the ball.
Yeah.
A whole lot more active in their coverage, and somebody was ready to finally separate the football when it arrived. Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face, because I could think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that third down?
And they pick him off again. Patrick Queen in to pick it off. And the Lions will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
You know, my dad was my old high school coach. He was a play caller. He was an offensive guy. And after days like this, and I remember one in particular, he'd say, son, some days peanuts, some days shells. This has been nothing but a bunch of shells for this quarterback today.
They'll go right side with Gibbs. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. We've reached the 2-minute warning in Detroit. Lions on their way to their third win of the year. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Another one for Gibbs. And it's a nice game, but still not enough for the first. Hurry up offense now as time runs down. Third down from the gun. Forced out to his right. To the sideline it goes. He makes the play. Pass caught. Both feet are down. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Here's Gibbs on the carry. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. no gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Trying to set this up quick.
A loss of 10 yards on the play. It's now 3rd down.
Here he is on 3rd and long. He smartly won't risk something here and just chucks it away.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Throwing now from the gun. He's on the move. Oh, he's going to run for it. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 22 on that one. And now they're on the doorstep of a touchdown. 1st and goal coming up. Wow, they're going to pass it here. And that's going to be incomplete. Still time for a couple of plays, though. 15 seconds left. Trying getting it to Amon-Ra St. Brown. It's 2nd and goal.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Straight ahead with Gibbs. And the scoring will never end. It's another touchdown. The Lions throwing 6 more on the blowout. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. His 4th total score of the game. That one splits the uprights. And the Lions grow their lead yet again.
24.
The Lions have it all set as they send this one downfield. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. And the trick play doesn't pay off. It's incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Looking to throw, Purdy. Ooh, incomplete there on 2nd down, but boy, a risky throw on a check down of all things. Nearly picked off and headed the other way. All right, this is going to be the final play of the game. One final shot here. Try and push it deep downfield. That's complete inside the 35. So in Motor City, it's a home win for the Lions. And it was a game for fans of high score.